Synthstrom is a company that is putting together a really, really great piece of equipment. This is the Synthstrom Audible Deluge, and what I'm noticing more and more is that it's really becoming an Ableton standalone box. The way it samples things with version 3.0 is pretty incredible. So now I can take samples right from a looper that they've just added, and I can make custom synthesizers like I can with my push. So I want to take a look and show you how the push is similar in workflow when using it to sample for the purposes of synthesis. Obviously, Ableton is an amazing program and, sampler, sequencer, and everything. But it has its limitations, and of course you need a computer. So I want to do a little side-by-side, or a little, or even just take a look at the way the Deluge works. So there's a bunch of ways that I can do this, and we're just gonna make this pretty easy. Bring down these lights a little bit. These are just Wi-Fi lights that you can control, and just so you can see a little bit about what's going on over here. All right, so let's do that. So the Deluge, this is version 3.0 with this firmware update, and it's pretty awesome. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed, and I've been doing this Ableton type looper template recently, and I can now do the same kind of stuff on this. And what you're hearing right now with this, that's my voice. So I just created a patch in seconds using my own voice as the waveform. So let's just do that. And then I just want to make sure that I do have a stream. Okay. So I'm going to turn this down a little bit. All right. So we will just go ahead and get right into it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to shut this thing right off and turn it back on, just to show you that it is completely, start from scratch here. Get this camera somewhere decent so I'm not in the way constantly. All right, and I'm actually going to move a little bit if I can, so that I can be a little bit closer to this microphone, because I'm having to speak quite loudly. And also, this is it's an interesting workflow that you can use with this Deluge as a master, also as a master sequencer. And I have a couple friends that are looking at the Deluge a little bit, so why not just do a small demo type thing. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is just shut it off. So I'm just going to shut it off and turn it back on. Okay, and all I got to do is hit song mode and then hold down this. Now that's an audio clip. We now have audio clips in the Deluge, which is crazy. So then I'm going to make sure that the input source is correct. So since I'm going to just sample my own voice, I'm going to turn this to stereo. Whoa. We don't want that. So we're going to put this stereo, and the little dot that you see, I don't know if you can see that little dot. It's in the corner. That means monitoring. So like a pass through, and that's what you were just hearing there. Okay, so now we're good to go. So I'm just going to, I'll just say something really random. And now that's a clip. So let's open that up. There it is. And I'm going to turn this light that's in front of me here off so that you can see. I mean, I guess that waveform, actually, that's fine. All right, so you can see that just fine, actually. And I'll show you. Oops, I can turn it back up a little bit. Really random. Okay. Really random. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to create a new synth track. Make it new. And then I'm going to load. Oh, of course you can't. Make it new. Try that again. Load. Really random. There it is. So now we got our really random.
Really random. Really random.
Okay?
Really random. Really random.
So
really random.
I mean, we can now go in and look at the waveform itself. And there's your waveform. And we have a start and end point. We can zoom it. Let's zoom it in. So this is the start point. I'm going to move the start point. This is your loop point, your loop back point. I'm going to move that up quite a ways. I'm going to use this area right here. So I'm going to put the loop back. Whoops, I'm going to put the loop back just in front of the start. And then I'm going to put the end. There we go. Put the end right next door.
Really.
So it's automatically on loop. You can change that just by holding shift and hitting this bottom left-hand corner. So it's on loop now. You can put it to, a time stretch. And then because I'm in, I've already changed the sample, I'll bring it out here.
Really random. Really random. Really random.
And it'll
really
pitch
random.
shift. It'll
really
time
random.
shift
Really
without,
random.
pitch shift without changing the timing. There
really
we go.
Really random. Really random.
So,
really random.
So let's turn this into a synth. So I'm going to bring these together really closely.
Really.
Oops, I need to bring the loop point up forward. And then I'm going to need to make sure this is back on loop. Let's bring them in a little bit closer. And it needs to be a little bit closer still. Okay. I know that doesn't sound like much, but you've got effects on the Deluge, and we can work with this. So let's go back. And we're going to put a reverb on it to start. Let's throw some attack. I want a delay on this. Okay. All right, so I know I didn't do much, but I really didn't need to do much. So I just made a synth out of my voice, just like that. So what I can do now, since I got the push up, let's see. Okay. Let's pull this back just a little bit here. We'll put that right about there. Actually, we'll go back just a little bit more. There we go. All right, just so I can have access to this keyboard. Okay. Of course, that didn't want to work for me. Let me just make sure I got something turned on here. Okay. Whoops. Copied it. We didn't want to do that. All right. Let's see, do we have anything? Really random. That's also my voice, so we want to shut that off. And I just heard the most disgusting noise. So I'm not even going to do that. What I'm going to do instead is record this, because I can't mess with that computer right now with that noise. So this is such a pain. I've got problems with my audio. It's no joke. But anyway. All right. So I'll just tap tempo. I was going to... Actually, I can still do it. Let me just do this. I'll plug this guy in. And this will give me audio into the Deluge. Okay, roughly like that. And then I'm gonna just get rid of that. And then I'm gonna turn that back into an audio. And then try that. Okay, it looks like the thing was already set. Now, okay. All right, here we go. right, so there's something, at least there's something there. Now I'll just go ahead and I'll throw in something else, like another synth patch. You know, I'll just throw another synth patch in there. Let me just say hi. Oh, hey, what up, man? Good to see you, bro. All right, so yeah, so we'll just go ahead and start another synth patch in here. And then, you know what I'll do is I'll sample this. It doesn't even matter what it is because I can change it. So, all right, so then I'm going to make sure that's left. Okay. Oh, that didn't sample anything, did it? I gotta make sure. Okay, that's getting left audio. Is that right audio or is that stereo? Stereo. Okay, it didn't make it too loud, but I can show you. Oh, it sampled itself. That's the problem here. Let me just redo that then, because that's no good. We don't want that. Let's get rid of that. Turn these back on. And then I want to create a new one. Okay. And then I just got to make sure the Deluge isn't getting its own feed. All right, cool. All right, so looks like good there. Then if I do that, should be good to go. Okay, whoops. Let's see. Again, it's not that loud because I didn't set that up like that, but that's okay. Oh, it's sampling. Okay, I know what's going on here then. Let's get rid of that. It's sampling the microphone input. So we don't want that. I guess that's a casualty of being live. Let's go left. That. Then. It's still sampling me. I can hear it. Oh well, we're just going to use that. I'll show you how easy this is. All right, so now I'm going to make another synth track. Oops, go in there, hit new. Really, there it is. Good enough. And then there's our synth track. Let's turn it up. And then I'm going to trim that. Bring this way over here. Zoom it in. I want this right about there. That'll make a decent bass. So, man, this thing's quite wobbly. All right, so that'll make a decent bass. So we'll just use that as a bass. looper off. And it's just a matter of finding something that sounds not fully questionable. It's got a weird, you know, let's try something here. Double the length. Yeah, so it's way too low. I'm just trying to transpose it a little bit. But anyway, wow. I can't believe that. Oh, you know what? This might be... Yeah, I've got to figure this. I've got a bug or something going on. Anyway, that was pretty much what I wanted to show today. I just wanted to show how I was going to compare it to this thing, and now I don't have the push working properly, so it's okay. I'll do it later. The Deluge is an amazing piece of equipment. It's not the end-all be-all. It, of course, has its quirks. You can't do everything on... There's nothing that can do everything, or that's the only thing everybody would buy. It really comes down to workflow and just what you would rather do, how you would rather work. Some people want to work with only hardware. Some people want to work inside the box because it's easier for them. And then there's people that are kind of like in between. And I say just do whatever you feel like doing. However makes you feel creative. There is no right or wrong way. And it isn't about the gear at all. It is not about the gear. It doesn't matter what kind of gear you have. It doesn't matter what, how much gear you have or how much it costs. Just being creative is what it's about. So anyway, that's it, guys. Peace.